Hi, Cody here. Welcome back to Home Video Hangouts. So there's a lot of hype right now about the new Bob Marley biopic, One Love. And I wanted to share with you why I believe this movie is a huge missed opportunity that had a lot of potential that wasn't fulfilled. So let's get right into it. Starting out, this movie is directed by Brad Pitt, and Bob Marley is a huge name in reggae music. I'm not a reggae fan myself. I haven't typically listened to Bob Marley's music, but I understand the influence it has and the importance that it has to multiple different types of cultures. And it seemed like this was a really important movie that needed to be made about Bob Marley's life. And so the good aspects I wanted to share about this movie were, I think it's great, first of all, this movie was made, and this movie had great casting. I think they chose some great actors and actresses to play the characters in this movie. And the song choices and the music they put into it were really important and really great selections for this film. And in addition to that, I think it's great that Bob Marley's son oversaw the production of this whole movie. I think it's great to have his family involved in kind of this memoir and this biopic to him. And so those are some of the good things that I saw in this movie, but I think there's potential for so much more. And so I wanted to share kind of what could have been improved here. Starting out, I think that there are a lot of other biopics that have been made recently that had super high production value, were very emotional and inspiring, and probably made some new fans of the source material. Some examples of those would be, I think the movie Rocket Man was great. I think Straight Outta Compton was great. I Can Only Imagine was a great movie. All of those were great biopics about musical artists. And when I compare this movie to those, this one seemed a lot more dull and uninspired, unemotional, and flat. And that has nothing to do with my opinion of the artist or the type of music itself. It just seemed like there could have been a lot more emotion in this, especially for how emotional Bob Marley's music is and how important the message in his music is to fans all around the world. So when I was watching this, every time there would be a scene where Bob Marley was recording a new song or performing a song on stage, those were the best scenes in the movie. Even as someone who doesn't regularly listen to Bob Marley's music, I thought those were the standout scenes of the movie, the part that kept me interested. But everything in between that was so dull and uninspired and boring, frankly. And I think this artist deserves a better tribute than that. And I think there's a lot that could have been done to bring additional humor and additional emotion and struggle into this story. Even some of the kind of tense scenes that they tried to put in this movie kind of just fell flat. I think the actors could have done a lot better in representing some of these scenes, and we could have seen potentially a lot more emotion in certain aspects of Bob Marley's story, like when he's diagnosed with cancer or when he gets shot. Like, these scenes I feel like were kind of brushed over when there's a lot more depth and emotion that could have been brought out of them. So with that being said, I think a lot of Bob Marley fans are still going to want to see this movie and are still going to enjoy aspects of it. I just wish that the producers of this movie would have put a little bit more effort into the emotional and inspirational impact of this movie. So for that reason, I would give this movie a 4 out of 10 for my rating. I don't think it's a movie that I would highly recommend to go see in the theater. I think if you're a Bob Marley fan, you should check it out at some point. But I think that they could have done a lot better with this, and I hope that in the future there potentially is another film that could be a better tribute to Bob Marley, because I think that's what he deserves. So that's just my thoughts on how this could have been a lot better. But if you want to see it, still go see it, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below to see my next videos.